Look, I could have never survived adolescence in a sex-deprived country. I can't think of anything that would make me lose my interest in sex. At the same time I lost my virginity, this PSA was playing all over Australia.
Over 50,000 men, women and children now carry the AIDS virus. That in 3 years, nearly 2,000 of us will be dead. It could kill more Australians than World War II. If you have sex, have just one safe partner, or always use condoms. Always.
When I was growing up, we were led to believe that these diseases were hiding around every corner, waiting to kill you. But now, they just aren't that big a deal.
Gonorrhea, chlamydia, or syphilis, these are curable. Even things like HIV, we now have very effective antiretroviral therapy which can manage the infection, and so people are pretty much leading normal lives.
Common STDs are more like smartphones. Everyone over 16 has one, and every few years there's a newer fancy one that comes out, and then everyone goes out and gets that one. It's weird that you still expected to call people you've slept with and tell them you might have given them something. And you don't have to call everyone when you've had the flu or a cold that you've been around. Nowadays, the flu is much more serious. That's why, when I have to break the news about both, I do it with a get well card. Sorry, you're under the weather. Hope you're feline better. Unfortunately, I've tested positive to chlamydia. I'm not kidding around. This is for real. Love, Jim. It's great that STDs no longer come with the shame they once did. Then again, it's possible we've gotten a little bit too comfortable.
Cases of sexually transmitted diseases are at an all-time high. A new CDC report shows nearly 2.3 million cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis were diagnosed in the U.S. last year.
Hey, way to go, you three. Down but not out. One reason for the resurgence of STDs, the internet makes it easier to have multiple partners and engage in risky sex, like this guy.
You can definitely feel a greater stimulation when you have unprotected sex, barebacking, as opposed to protected sex. It's raw, it's primal.
It's raw, it's primal. Nothing says raw and primal like a bunch of twinkling lights in a windowless bedroom of a grown man. If this guy's on the regular, then we really have a crisis on our hands. But probably the biggest reason for the spike in STDs, massive cuts to public health funding. When Mike Pence was governor of Indiana, he closed Planned Parenthood facilities, and HIV cases in that state exploded so quickly that within years they reached epidemic levels in that state. Mike Pence is actually a lot like HIV. Both are enormous threats to the LGBTQ community, and both get passed from partner to partner at a bathhouse orgy. Worst of all, we've gotten so good at treating common diseases that now the diseases are fighting back.
Since the first antibiotic, penicillin, was discovered, gonorrhea has become resistant to 6 different types of antibiotics. And all over the world, we're seeing more cases of harder to treat gonorrhea. But how exactly did we get here? And can we stop the spread of super STIs?
Super gonorrhea? Look up in the sky! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's the reason me wife left me. So maybe we were wrong to assume we've gotten the better of sexually transmitted diseases. Not being afraid is one thing, but that doesn't mean we should stop using condoms. If we're going to keep this resurgence at bay, we need to educate ourselves. And maybe we need to go back to the old days of scaring ourselves shitless to remember to wear a rubber. That's why I made this.
So it's time to take things to the next level. Sure, you might think you've considered the consequences, but have you heard about super gonorrhea? So wrap it up. I know it doesn't feel as good, but it feels better than super gonorrhea.